What is up, peeps? TV HD here, and welcome to another video. Now, as you can see, I'm going to be discussing the FIFA 15 market on Ultimate Team, and the market is absolutely crazy. It fluctuates daily, and right now we're going through a massive inflation. Player prices are doubling and tripling. It's absolutely insane. So this video is about giving you some tips of what you should be doing during this insanity moment in the market. I'm going to be looking at two players in this video, one inform, one regular. The inform is kind of pricey, not insanely pricey, but to a lot of you he will be expensive, and the non-rare original player will be kind of cheap. The reason why I'm doing this is because some people have money and some people don't have money, so I kind of want to look at how, you know, what you can do with your money and everything like that. Additionally, players that are more pricey tend to have a bigger increase compared to those who aren't really pricey. So I just want to look at both of those players and give you tips of what you should be doing with those types of players. Now we are looking at the first person here, which is Kevin De Bruyne, the inform version. I'm not too sure when he came out, but yeah, I used the site for this. I actually used footbin.com. So if you are interested in checking out player prices or anything like that, see how they have changed, go to footbin.com. Don't worry, this is not any sort of promotion. This is just what I use to kind of check out prices and keep my eye on the market, because it's something you should definitely be doing if you are looking to make money in FIFA 15 Ultimate Team. So we are going to kind of focus on the price fluctuation. As you can see, the last 2 weeks, price fluctuation. God, that is such a tongue twister. Anyway, looking at that quickly, we're going to see exactly how much it has changed. Just looking at it generally straight up front, it has changed quite a bit. It has gone up quite a bit. Now I'm actually going to put the figures on the screen right now, and as you can see, it has actually gone up drastically. Although it doesn't look like the growth was insane, it actually is. On the Xbox, I don't know if it's Xbox One or Xbox 360 or both, I'm not too sure if they have the same market, but on the Xbox it was 60,000 coins to buy Kevin De Bruyne about 2 weeks ago, and now he's around 225,000 coins, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's just insane how much he's grown. It's even more on the PlayStation 4. I do feel sorry for PlayStation 4 users if you are looking to buy players now, because the growth has been even greater on the PlayStation. He was worth about 100k, as you can see there, and he's gone up to about 310k, sorry, which is about triple his value. Now this is just by looking at the graph. I know the previous picture actually showed what he actually is going worth right now, but it's just looking at the graph and seeing what it generally shows. And I have no idea if this is going to be continued growing up or not. But anyway, that's the first player, Kevin De Bruyne. He's gone up almost tripled, so it's absolutely insane. If you do have him, if you did buy him earlier, I'm going to say sell him now, or maybe wait a week. I'm not too sure. It really does depend. I cannot predict this market. It's absolutely insane. But come team of the season, player prices will drop drastically. I'm not too sure about Kevin De Bruyne again. It depends if he gets another inform. There's many variations in this. So, but my advice is go and sell him now. You're going to make triple the money you did if you bought him from earlier. So go and sell him. Okay, so the next player we're going to be looking at is Seydou Doumbia, a very sweaty and overpowered player in this team. And the reason why I picked him is because he's used by many people, used by me as well. He's one of the best players I've actually used in this game, so I recommend him. But anyway, we're going to look at him and see how his price has changed as well. Just looking at it generally, he's now worth about 1.7k on both consoles, which is kind of weird because the graph says something different. Okay, if we actually look at the graph and zoom in closer to it, we're just going to look at the general growth. It doesn't look anything great as well, but I mean, it has been growing and it's still going up and down generally from the day. As I said, it does fluctuate daily, but yeah, just looking at it, he did start off low and he's almost doubled again in price. So it's happening with the smaller players as well. Okay, so when looking at figures in terms of this graph, of course, the figures are very different to the actual prices, because the graph doesn't actually update as much as the actual price tag, as you can see on the just above the thing, if you know what I'm talking about, as I said earlier. So we're going to look at the figures here, and on the Xbox it started off at 700 coins about 2 weeks ago, and on the PlayStation 3 it was on about 800 coins. And usually Xbox players are worth less on the Xbox than the PlayStation 4, but according to this graph, I know it's not now because, as I said earlier, they both go for 1.7k, but according to this graph, on the PS3 it's about 1.4k and 1.7k on the Xbox. Although it does not really a big difference, of course. I mean, it's something not really insane. It's, you know, it's about the difference between 700 or 500 coins between these player prices, but it's all about the fact that they have almost doubled in price, if you know what I mean. So again, this is a smaller player in terms of its price. It's not really a big difference, but in terms of this one, I wouldn't say sell it because, well, the difference isn't drastic. But if you are desperate for coins, go and sell it, if you know what I mean. But players like this, I wouldn't say sell, because although they have doubled, it's still not a big deal in terms of its price. So yeah, that's actually Doumbia and his price fluctuation. Okay, so that's really it, guys. I'm just going to use those two players as reasons, as kind of examples as to how the market has completely changed and grown stupidly, I think. So I just wanted to do this because I know it's probably going to be a shock to you guys, you know, thinking, well, I've just bought players now, I'm not even noticing that their player prices have gone up and stuff like that. And if you did buy him now, sell him again, you know. It depends on the player, of course, though. If you bought someone that's really expensive and now you're starting to realize that he's actually worth, like, he's literally worth triple to what he used to be worth, just sell him. His price will go down around team of the season time. But again, that does also depend on your patience, you know. You have to be very patient because this might be up like this, the market might be just like this for literally a few weeks or even a month. It does depend. I have no idea when it will start to go down. God, I'm looking forward to that so I can start buying some proper players again. But yeah, there's actually two reasons as to why people think this is actually occurring. So I'm going to go into those two reasons right now and kind of explain to you how and why this may be occurring. Okay, so the first kind of explanation as to how this may have occurred is kind of the obvious one. Given that Team of the Year was literally about a week or 2 weeks ago, I'm not too sure, that player prices dropped drastically, and even before that, it started to slowly decrease. So I think around that time, because people opened packs, you know, all that stuff was going on, I think that player prices, every single player dropped, you know, apart from the players that did become Team of the Years because they weren't being packed, of course. So yeah, I think those player prices dropped and now they're starting to rise again. So that might be it. It might just be returning to its original state. But at the same time, I don't think that's the real explanation, because they're starting to overcome their prices before Team of the Year. They're starting to get more expensive than ever on FIFA 15 so far. So you could also argue that it's actually coin sellers, you know, the big sites that sell coins, you know, like the Foot Shop, the FIFA Shop, UT Coin Traders, all those types of coin sellers that sell coins. I think they might actually be the reason, you know, with some other stuff as well. I don't think there's a singular reason as to why this occurs, but when they drop price in terms of their coins, so if they make it 20 quid or 30 quid for a million coins, whereas before it may have been 80 quid for a million coins, that price drops means it's easier to get coins and easier to get more coins, making players easier to get. So the market kind of responds, if you know what I mean. Players, people who are selling, respond by actually making the players more pricey. So it's a sense of kind of balancing it out in terms of people's riches and how it works. Because I have about 2 to 3 million coins in my account and I feel poor, which is very, very weird. But I think that's the kind of sense. It's supposed to balance it out for you guys. So I think that's another reason maybe that might actually be rising in price, the sense of kind of balancing the market again. But to be honest, it's not really balanced, is it? It's just way too high right now. I guess another bonus point to kind of add to this, maybe that there's actually a glitch that's been going on the previous gen's consoles, so that's PS3 and Xbox One, where there's just been coins being randomly given out, and I mean by the billions, literally distributed to all their users. People are just getting million coins out of nowhere. This is not something I've seen evidence of yet, but it's something I've been told and heard, and it's been going around. It's a big rumor going around Twitter about how this the coins have been rising and everything like that. So I think that may be another reason. If that is the case, if it has been glitches and stuff, you can see why the market has been growing. A big confusion of that though is how it still grows on next gen. So I think those kind of 3 reasons are the reasons why this may have occurred. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to inform you guys, give you some tips, as I said about 20 times in this video, on what you should be doing with your players right now. So this has been the TV HD. Slap the like button in the face if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.